In European capitals, policymakers debate the ethics of hunting in Africa, while animal rights activists condemn any form of wildlife utilization. Yet walk into any upscale restaurant in Paris, Berlin or Vienna, and you'll find venison, wild boar and game birds prominently featured on the menu. Visit a German supermarket, and you can buy wild rabbit or deer in the frozen section. During hunting season, European markets are flooded with wild meat, which is legally hunted, commercially traded, and culturally celebrated. The same continent that questions Africa's relationship with wild protein consumes more game meat per capita than almost anywhere in the developing world. In countries like Austria and Germany, eating wild game is not a subsistence practice, it's a gourmet cuisine. In Europe, hunting traditions are heritage, while in Africa, they're seen as a threat. Europe has developed an extensive industrial infrastructure centered on wild meat. Africa is told that even basic processing would spell doom for wildlife. Spain has developed a highly efficient method for processing and distributing approximately 20,000 tons of wild game meat annually. There is much that can be learned and applied in the African context from how this is done.
Càrniques d'Iber is the main game producer in Spain. We've been in business for the last 40 years. Here at Càrniques d'Iber, we do the whole process, from collecting carcasses in the nature to producing end products like meat, burgers, we do nuggets, we do sausages as well, a lot of things with game meat. The main source of the carcasses that we process here in our facilities come from what is called monteria. Monteria basically is an arrangement for hunting as a group of hunters. After the monteria is taking place, we are collecting all the carcasses from the hunting place and we put it in a refrigerated truck. And from there, we bring them to our facilities. At the moment, we are collecting carcasses all over Spain, but mainly in Andalusia and Extremadura.
Basically, this is the unloading bay. We get all the carcasses with our refrigerated transport, and they're unloaded here. All these carcasses, they enter the industry through this line. We have 2 unloading bays, so because during the season this gets really busy, collection usually takes place over the weekend. Because the monterias, they usually take place on Saturday and Sunday. So from October until February, this industry is busy 7 days a week.
There are a number of veterinary check-ins along the process. First check-in is at the monteria. A vet must be there and guarantee that carcasses are in perfect conditions for human consumption. Second check-in is here in our factory, in our cutting plant, where we have on-site veterinaries that take samples of each and every carcasses. We check for different types of diseases. So we might miss something in the field, but we just got another chance here. So it's always here is double checked.
Here we store the carcasses until they are processed. In the meantime, we run the analysis to make sure that quality is guaranteed from the very beginning. We have about a capacity to store some 3,000 carcasses anytime.
And when the carcass is free of any disease, it's released, and then it moves to the skinning area where it is the skin.
Here we're removing the skin from wild boar carcasses. We have to do it manually, so it got a lot of work. For red deer, we can use a machine that we have developed ourselves that help us to peel it all, just like a peeler. It pulls all the peel down and takes it away. For wild boar, you have to do it manually. Each and every carcass is individually marked. This number is for the analysis that we run. And this is the identification, where this carcass was collected, when it was collected, and who is the supplier.
And from there it goes to the cutting plant, which is just only a few meters ahead. Five animals that we produce at the moment are red deer, fallow deer, roe deer, mufflon, and wild boar. We can produce fresh or frozen, it depends what the customer is asking for. From mid-October until end of February, we can produce fresh anytime. Whatever is not sold fresh, we have to freeze it, because game meat consumption is not just constrained to the autumn and winter months. In Europe, they're eating game meat all year round. Apart from fresh meat or frozen meat, we are elaborating traditional Spanish sausages like salchichon or chorizo out of game meat, and also we are curing meat. We call it here in Spain cecina. They are pieces of leg pieces. They are cured for about 2 months. They are becoming very popular because other producers, they do it from different animals like beef, and we started to do it for red deer and wild boar, and at the moment the market is very positive for it. We're growing. Wild boar ribs are very popular in Portugal, and we sell quite a few of them in Portugal. We are selling bones to make soup because you can boil them and you get very nice flavors. We are now producing marrow bones from red deer. They are very popular, and people like to eat the little meat that is inside the marrow bone. All the bones that we cannot use it for other purposes, they are sent to the pet food industry. We might be processing around 60,000 carcasses per season. In the game industry in Spain, most of the market is Central European countries like Belgium, Germany, the Netherlands, Italy. We sell very little game here in the region. Everybody will have a friend that is a hunter or a family that is a hunter, so they don't need to buy it, they have it themselves. The market needs to get closer to the consumer instead of trying to get the consumer closer to you. We have started a new line of products which will be easy to consume for consumers. Today you can find burgers out of anything. Why not wild boar burgers and red deer burgers? Nuggets, kids love nuggets. Why not offering them the possibility of experiencing new flavors through game meat? One of the reasons game meat is so healthy, because it has very little fat compared to other type of meats. It's very comforting that at the end of the day, an animal that has been hunted down, you can get about close to 100% of use.